Today, we're going to be looking over what a week of workouts looks like for me. When I first started lifting, this is what I did. This is the type of information that I was looking for on YouTube. These are the types of videos that I clicked on. So now I'm here. I want to share a week of workouts with you. I think it can be great for several reasons, for us to look at some exercises together and talk form, for you to get a realistic idea of what a week of workouts can actually look like, for you to get an idea of how I program for my specific goals. That is my intention with this video. Take these exercises, take these leg days, use it as a blueprint, and slowly over time, you can begin to tweak exercises, tweak the form to better fit your anatomy, your preferences, your needs, your unique body. Cool? So when I filmed this, I was actually cutting, but I was still trying to get strong. So when I'm cutting and when I'm bulking or when I'm maintaining, I'm training the exact same. I'm training hard as fuck. The only difference is that when I'm eating a lot of food, I'm most likely pushing bigger numbers. And when I am dieting because I don't have enough energy in my body, I'm most likely not progressing as quickly. I haven't yet had the experience where I stop progressing. I don't think I've ever gotten lean enough where that has become an issue for me, but that's just something to think about. It can be very difficult to build muscle if you're constantly undereating. It's a common theme on this channel. I train 4 times a week right now. I do 2 lower body days and 2 upper body days. Right now, my emphasis is growing quads and growing shoulders. Those are my big 2. So you'll notice that both of my leg days are mostly driven towards growing legs. And then both of my upper body days, you'll notice I am prioritizing volume in my shoulders. Oh, that's another thing, volume. Right now, I'm pretty much doing 4+ sets of everything because it feels right. I've still been able to recover really well, and I feel like I've been getting really good pumps and really good growth. So I've been doing 4 sets of everything. For a while, I was doing like 3 sets of everything, actually for a very long time. I wouldn't do more than 3 sets, but I don't know. I've just gotten the growth bug, the building bug, and I've been wanting to build. So without further ado, let's get into this freaking workout. So day 1 is going to be my quad day. And we start off with hack squats. This is probably one of my favorite exercises. Notice how my feet stay flat on the floor. My heels are not coming up. Notice how I'm going nice and slow and controlled. I'm not like bottoming out and like plopping at the bottom. Notice how my feet is down lower on the platform. So when your feet are down lower on the platform, you are having more bend in your knee, and therefore you are biasing your quads. When your feet are higher on the platform, you are biasing more glutes and hammies. Cool. What else could I add here? I'm wearing my really fancy lifting belt and my really fancy heeled lifting shoes because I have like limited ankle mobility, and so the lifting shoes really help me get a better connection with my quads. I highly recommend. And on this day, I actually did really good. I was doing 25s on each side. This is actually very good for me. Oh my God, I'm so proud of her. Get it! And look how hard I'm going. If your last couple reps don't look like these ones, where you can barely get it up, you're not doing it right. Honestly, I probably had like another 1 to 2 reps inside of me, and I'm mad that I stopped. Next up, I have 4 sets of seated leg extensions. Again, with these, look how I'm going nice and slow and controlled. You're going to see. Especially on the eccentric, right? Yeah. The negative portion. Ready? Explode and then come down slow. Explode and then come down slow. And I like to anchor myself into my seat so you can see my hands. I'm like pulling myself into the seat. So I'm creating total body tension, and that really helps me feel it better in my quads. And once again, the last 1 to 2 reps are absolutely killer. Leg extensions burn so good. Okay, next up on the menu we have leg press. So the reason why I put the hack squats first is because I want to get strong. Then I put leg extensions because I want to get a nice pump and like pre-fatigue, so that by the time I get to leg press, dude, I am pooped. Same deal with the leg press as with the hack squats. My feet are lower so that I can get more of a bend in my knee, and I'm focusing on going that full range of motion, as low as I can possibly go. Again, I'm also anchoring myself into the seat. I'm keeping my heels on the platform, not letting my heels come up. And I'm pushing as close to failure as I can physically muster. Honestly, quads are popping off right here. Leggies are popping off. Slay. I think this is the last thing on the menu for this day. These are some cable Romanian deadlifts. I've actually recently switched these to Smith machine Romanian deadlifts, and I have preferred it because with these, as you can see, my range of motion is a little bit limited. But these were fun when I did them for a while. But as you can see, my back stays neutral, not necessarily flat, but neutral, meaning it's locked in place. And the movement isn't around my spine, the movement is around my hips. So I push my hips back as far as they can go, and then I drive through my feet to push my hips through on these RDLs. Not only that, but I'm squeezing the shit out of my core, because if I don't, I'll tend to feel it in my low back. And I really like to do Romanian deadlifts to really bias my hamstrings. I know a lot of people like to do it to bias their gluteus. But next on the list, we have a beautiful push day, starting with machine shoulder press. I was doing dumbbell shoulder press for a while, but I kind of like stalled. I stopped going up in weight, and so I think the exercise got a little stale. So I've been switching to machine shoulder press, and I've been really liking it. Again, look how I'm going slow and controlled, particularly controlling the negative. And I'm driving through my heels, full body tension, training as close to failure as I can. Next up, we have machine chest press. I switched to chest press, machine chest press for the same reasons. I felt like dumbbell chest press got a little stale, and I've really been liking it. Same thing here. Slow and controlled reps. Getting a deep stretch at the bottom, because it's in that stretch where you're getting that maximal muscle recruitment, and studies show that where we can see the maximum muscle growth. I'm driving through my feet, and I'm pushing as close to failure as I can. Next up, seated chest flies. I've recently been really liking these. The stretch in my pecs has been so good. The connection that I feel with my pecs has been so good with these. And I've been able to go up in weight and in reps, which has been nice. Chest flies have always been kind of a tricky one for me. So I think about not only letting my arms come back, but like out. And I'm like trying to get my hands as far away from me, and really focusing on getting a deep stretch in my chest. Sometimes it can feel a little weird on my shoulder. So sometimes I'll limit my range of motion a little bit while still trying to focus on going, you know what I mean? Going as far as I can without hurting my chest or hurting my shoulder. And these I tend to do for very high reps, as you can see here. This is the longest set of my life. Good job, sis. Next up, cable lateral raises. These have been my freaking favorite because you get a nice, juicy stretch at the bottom. So the mind to muscle has been great with these. And my quads are popping out here in this video for no damn reason. Get it, sis. Again, Explosive concentric, slow and controlled negative. Explosive concentric, slow and controlled negative. And then with these, I've actually also been doing a lot of partial reps. Again, because Daddy Jeff Nippard and all of the science fitness daddies on the internet are encouraging long length partials. So I've been trying them. Like at the end, when I can't get the full range of motion, I'll keep pushing and just do long length partials. Meaning I'll just go as high up as I can, even if I can't go all the way up. And now we do the other side. But I feel like I've already exhausted my commentary. Oh, actually, I should say, notice how I have a light bend in my knees. Notice how I'm leaning slightly forward. Notice how there's a light bend in my elbow, and I'm not pulling straight out to the side. It's slightly in front of my body. So the movement is lateral, but also slightly in front. And supposedly, that's how you hit the muscle fibers the best, because you're pulling in the direction that the shoulder muscle fibers runs. Swag. And I always do my weak side first, and I let my weak side decide how many reps I do, and then I do my strong side. Okay, last thing for today, single arm overhead tricep extensions. These are so juicy. I was doing these double armed up until this day. Literally this day I was like, dude, I'm going to try single. And they felt so much juicier. I have like my elbow. Oh my God, I can't talk today. My elbow is a little cranky when I do these. So I found that doing it single arm was nicer on my elbow. And I can focus on any imbalances that I might have. Again, slow and controlled on the negative. Slow and controlled. Well, I try to do kind of an explosive concentric. Ready? Explode, slow negative. Explode, slow negative. And overhead tricep extension is great because you're getting that deep stretch in your triceps, which again, recent studies are letting us know that apparently muscles grow best in that deep stretch position, that part of the exercise that we're afraid to get into. So I used to do tricep push downs, but I've recently switched to overhead and I've been enjoying it. So, okay, moving on. Next we have another upper body day. I'll rest on Wednesdays, and then on Thursdays I'll do a shoulder day and a pull day. And on this day, I decided to have a little pre-workout snack and a latte. Starting out with machine lateral raises. These can be kind of tricky for me to feel it in my shoulders. But when I get into a good groove, I can get a nice contraction in my shoulders. I don't have much to say here other than slowly rolling the negative. I also do a lot of long length partials here. But with this machine, I don't get as much of a stretch in the shoulders. The hardest part of it is really at the top. Then I get into my cable rear delt flies. I've neglected my rear delts for so freaking long. So this is me trying to not do that. Apparently, one of the tricks to having big shoulders is to have big rear delts. So I've really been neglecting my shoulders. So when I started committing to focusing on my shoulder growth, I was like, okay, fine, let me do fucking rear delt flies. I like these. I also like doing it with dumbbells. But if I can find a nice cable to do it at, I will. Nice. Focus on getting a nice stretch at the top and then going as far as I can. I like to do partials with this one too. Just really milking it for everything I got. Oh, I'm still going. Oh, and this one I'm doing a drop set. This one lends itself really well for drop sets. The cable flies lends itself really well for drop sets. The overhead tricep extensions do just too. Honestly, I'll do a lot of drop sets. Drop sets have been my cup of tea lately because they make me feel like I'm pushing so hard. And they allow me to push for more reps, you know? And you can approach failure multiple times. Now, don't quote me on this. I don't know how scientific this is. All I know is it feels juicy, and I get a crazy pump, and it feels like it's working, and it feels like I'm growing. So take this with a grain of salt. Next, close grip lat pull downs. Listen, a lot of people talk shit about the close grip because they're like, you're limiting your range of motion, this and that. Couple things. I don't think I'm swole enough to where doing close grip is going to greatly limit my range of motion. Not only that, but there's something about close grip that just allows me to connect with my back muscles. And I've always struggled to connect with my back muscles, so I'll take this. Notice how my thumbs are on top. I do this on purpose because it just allows me to get, again, a better connection with my back. I don't know what it is. And a good tip with lat pull downs is to not think about pulling your hands to your chest. Think about driving your elbows into your back pockets. So it's an elbow movement, not a hand movement. Our hands are simply just hooks. So same vibes here with the seated rows. Close grip with the thumb on top, driving with my elbow. It just helps me feel my back the best I've ever felt. Going, oh, I'm doing a drop set here. Swag. Look at my booty. But yeah, going slow and controlled. Watch this. Slow and controlled, especially controlling the negative. And I like to keep a little, I kind of like hunch forward when I do these. Again, I don't know why, but I feel a better connection with my back. Leave me alone. Some things don't need to make sense. Some things are just about feeling, and I stand by that. Good job. I pushed hard right there. Go me. Okay, second to last exercise for my second upper body day, these chest supported rows. Recently I switched to doing the seated version of these chest supported rows, and I feel like I felt my back better. But these, I have to focus so hard in order to feel my back okay. And then last thing here, cable bicep curls. My best tip with these is to fully extend at the bottom, fully extend the elbows, and then when I pull them up, I pull the cables apart. It helps me feel it better in my biceps. These feel really juicy. I like these better than dumbbell bicep curls. I feel like I get a better squeeze in my biceps. Oh yeah. And I immediately picked up my bag because I was so ready to go home. Last but certainly not least, this is my second leg day, my full lower body day, and I decided to have a little pre-workout snack again. Half of a legendary protein Pop-Tart and a pre-workout caffeine, of course. I start this day with seated abductions. Dude, with these, notice again, I'm going slow and controlled. And instead of thinking about driving through my feet with these, I think about driving my knee into the pad. Notice how I'm really controlling the eccentric, so the negative part. I'm not just like mindlessly flailing the weight around. I'm controlling the weight and thinking about really connecting with my glutes. And would you look at that? I'm about to do another drop set. How much you want to bet? Boom. I can't get enough. Sometimes with these I'll lean forward. Sometimes I'll lean back. Whatever I'm feeling that day that allows me to get the best squeeze in my glutes. And if you're not pushing this hard, you're not working hard enough. Next up, we have seated leg curls. I really just focus on getting a deep stretch with these. I focus less on super heavy. Look at that. Explosive concentric, slow eccentric. because it's in that stretch when our legs are extended that we're stimulating that muscle growth. Notice how I like to hunch over the seat and like really brace myself on the seat. And dude, these are brutal. These really get my hammies. I love these. I hate leg extensions. They're so painful. I like these. These are like a good painful. Ooh, get it. Ooh. I never know where failure is with these because they feel hard immediately. So I just do as many as I can, honestly. I gave up. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm so good. Get it. I'm going to be done after this one. There we go. Nice. Next up on the list. Hack squats again because I'm not fucking playing around with my quads. They will grow or else. And then on this day, I decided to do less weight, but I'm pretty sure I went higher rep. Brutal. And depending on the day, some days I'll feel hack squats like crazy in my glutes. And some days I'll feel it like crazy on my quads. Honestly, I welcome both. But let's see how hard I push. Do I push it to the limit? I have more. I have another one. No, I was being a little bitch. No, see, don't do what I just did. I could have done more, guys. I had like 2 or 3 more left in me. And then I'm doing cable RDLs again. Sorry, not sorry. If an exercise feels good, I will do it over and over and over again. Like I said, I'm not doing the cable RDLs anymore. I'm doing the Smith machine RDLs now. But yeah, I do Smith machine RDLs twice a week, and I do hack squats twice a week because they feel so juicy. The contraction is crazy. I feel like I'm able to go up in weight like crazy. So I'm just pushing it. I'm pushing it. But yeah, I don't like how these look. I feel like the range of motion is so limited. Like, I can go lower than this. I know I can. And this is my last thing. Typically, I'll do leg extensions last on this day. Again, another repeat exercise because they feel so good. The connection is so crazy. But both of the leg extensions were taken. And I saw Dr. Mike Israetel from Renaissance Periodization take someone through a workout. Multiple people. And he'll have them do these last. These slow and controlled, constant tension, heel elevated goblet squats. Dude, you don't even need weight. They are fucking killer. They hurt so much. I feel every muscle in my leg wanting to die. I'm literally praying. Look at me. I wanted to see if I could approach failure, but I'm pretty sure I chickened out. Yeah, it was too hard. That is what a week of workouts looks like for me right now. A couple things have changed, and that's kind of how I do it. I'll stick to a program for like as long as I possibly can, and then honestly I'll slowly and steadily start changing exercise by exercise and modifying as I need as exercises get stale. Sometimes I'll just try a different machine, and then I realize that I have a better mind to muscle with it, so I'll change into that machine. But the goal is always to stick to a program for as long as possible and take notes so that I can track that I'm actually progressing and going up in weight or going up in reps or improving my form from week to week to week to week. And always, 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 always trying my best to push as close to failure as possible. Although sometimes I'm a little bitch, and that's okay. That's about all I have for you today. I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone that you think could benefit from this information. Subscribe, and don't forget to ding, 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 ding. Click that notification bell so you never miss another video from me ever again. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Say bye, Mo. Bye, guys.